They're just really quality, great people. And I don't know how we got blessed with them in our business.
Did they all have a background in that?
So yeah, Allie, our prep crew lead, she was a NICU nurse.
Okay.
And it just got overly stressful during COVID. So she came and she's working with us as our prep crew lead. Becca, our spray crew lead, is a mom of 6.
Oh, wow.
She is, I don't know how she does it. She is incredible. Our Jen, who helps serve our customers, she was in the military and has a military background.
They all came to you wanting to do something like this, but you weren't looking necessarily for someone with the exact talent or skill set. You're like, we can train.
Yeah.
You have to.
We hire character, train skill.
Yeah, you have to have the right fit as far as your personality here or not.
Right. Personality, work ethic, discipline, like those kind of things we can teach. It's not rocket science.
Welcome back to the Lead Lamp Podcast. This week we have Corrie from Inspired by You. They are a painting, staining, and home renovations company, and you're based in Mechanicsburg, but you're all over the place.
Yep.
So I'm excited to have you on because I have a long background in the home industry, but not remodeling, more home service industry. So I have some questions as far as like industry stuff a little later, but thanks for coming on the show.
Of course.
So tell us a little bit about Inspired by You. We'll kind of get into the origin story of it for next, but kind of just break down what you guys are up to and what you're doing in the area.
Yeah, we started as a cabinet refinishing company. I had never painted a kitchen cabinet before in my entire life, and I've always had a passion for painting. Okay. And so one of my mom's friends asked me if I would paint her kitchen, and I was like, sure, how hard could it be? So
don't hold it against me.
That's how we started, and that was 10 years ago in June of 2015. Okay. And so I painted her kitchen. It took a lot longer than I had anticipated and was a lot harder than I had anticipated. But then word of mouth started spreading. And so I was taking on all kinds of jobs like furniture. I'm an artist too, so I love to do like furniture art, things like that. Wall decor. I was running classes because I have a teaching background. So just like teaching people, which was funny because I really didn't know what I was doing back then. Yeah. So to think that I was teaching, it was kind of crazy. But as I was learning, I was just teaching what I was learning. And also that's how I learned, was to get educated so that I was able to teach. So I was doing all kinds of stuff, and it just word of mouth started spreading. And so it went from like 1 kitchen a month to 2 kitchens a month to, 3 kitchens a month to, okay, now I need some help. And all of this was done out of my garage. So I was working in my garage. I had 3 small kids at the time. So when I started, they were 3, 5, and 6.
Oh, wow.
So
very,
very young.
Attention, required a lot of attention at that age. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was awesome because they were home, and when I was painting, I had set up a station in our garage, so they were painting too. Oh, cool. And so like I had, stuff for them to do. And a lot of this stuff, like I would spend time with them during the day, and then I would just work during the night to get stuff done. So it was nice. It was conducive. I was able to stay at home with them and make it work. And then I started taking over the house, and Chad was like, yeah, we need to get you a shot.
This can't be. Yes. I feel like that's like an evolution of a lot of home business, not home businesses, but like small businesses. A lot of them start out in like a spare room or a basement or garage. And that's like the true story of any of those a lot of big brands you see, like, oh, they started shipping stuff out of their garage or the basement. Yeah. And then it hits a point where it's like, this isn't sustainable. Like, I'm going to lose my mind.
Right. Yeah. And it was.
And your stuff's bulky. Like, it's not like you're doing little trinkets and you're shipping them. Like, you got cabinets or furniture or whatever.
Right. I had set up a spray booth in my garage. And I was like, and it was nice too. I live right across the street from my mom and dad. So I've really lived in the same neighborhood since I was in 3rd grade, which is kind of crazy. Yeah. But it was nice because I was able to send my kids over there. And when I was working, it was great, the evolution of the business, because the products that I started with, like now we're spraying state-of-the-art industrial coatings imported from Italy. So our business has evolved over the years, but I remember the first time that I sprayed, I was like, Dad, come look at this. And he was like, you didn't do this. Like he couldn't believe that it was stuff that.
And you were working with like less than, not inferior, but like not professional grade stuff at the time.
Right.
When you look back at it, you're like, oh, I was getting by with that.
Yeah.
And now we have this.
Now we have this. Yeah. And so it's been, the evolution has been pretty cool
That's awesome.
To see.
And it's cool that you can kind of like cut your teeth just learning. Like, well, and that's an attitude that a lot of people, I kind of have that too. It seems like that was what you were doing where you're like, well, we'll figure it out. Yeah. We're going to wing it. Some people, I think, hesitate, especially when starting a business or like a new hobby, where it's like, I got to research and I got to learn all this stuff. I got to do this. And then they just don't make the next step to just do it. Yeah. Where they'd probably learn more if they just pick something and just wing it.
You can't steer a parked car. So I just figure if I'm moving, like I'll be able to pivot and I can adjust. And like COVID was another experience, but I'm an entrepreneur by heart too. So like, I just love to create and, figure things out. So.
Yeah. And now where you're at now, is that was that the second evolution of it, or were there a couple steps in between jumping from the home to your Mechanicsburg spot now?
Yeah. So, the spot that we're in now, we grew, pretty significantly during COVID. So, that like our business skyrocketed. I launched a industrial coating line, because there's industrial coatings, but they usually sell them in gallon sizes. And during COVID, I had 3 kids at home and, they weren't in school and I needed to give them something to do. And I saw a need for industrial coatings in the furniture realm. Okay. So I started our own Inspired by You coatings line that we were able to market these industrial coatings to furniture artists. So I gave my kids a lesson in entrepreneurship. So the whole time during COVID, they were in my shop, pouring paint, creating labels, doing our marketing and advertising. Like they were learning how to, again, like that's that entrepreneur, like we were able to just pivot because we had just moved into the shop in February of 2020. Oh yeah. So in March of 2020, when COVID hit, I was like, oh crap, now I have a lease payment and
everything stopped.
And I can't go into people's houses. So
I feel like every business we've interviewed, a lot of businesses we've interviewed on our show have had the same theme of like, oh, we got a new building, like in that 6-month window before COVID. And like, it seems like a lot of people made a move before that. And then they're just like, oh, now what do I do? Yeah. But I mean, they all figured it out, but they're here.
It worked. I mean, my goal with the coating line was just to make enough to pay our lease every
So it was like a supplemental part of the business.
Right. And I started selling, like I pre-launched it. So even before I had any cans, like
sold it.
Like,
now, were you taking it from bulk commercial down to a smaller quantity? So
I was working with Excessive Coatings out of Pittsburgh, and so they tinted it for us, and like they shipped it out, and then we were pouring it into the smaller.
Gotcha.
And then we were shipping.
If I'm doing my own furniture restoration, I didn't have to buy the bulk quantity. I could buy it from you,
right?
Kind of by project or by smaller quantities.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean that's just, and you probably saw that from a need from what you were doing, and you're like, I have to buy 5 gallons of this at a time. Like I only need a pint or a quart, whatever. Right. Yeah.
You just need really small amounts for furniture. Compared. So.
Okay. Yeah. So now you're in Mechanicsburg and you have a much bigger team than you did when you first started.
Yeah.
So how's that been as far as like the expansion? I saw you brought on some new people even recently. Was it like your projects manager? Or
our project manager.
Yeah,
my brother-in-law.
I saw the name. It was like a family name, but I was like, I wasn't sure. But so you're expanding. You're bringing on new people.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's a whole nother feeling of like, okay, like there's a lot of weight on that too, but then there's a lot of relief with it too, because you're like, I don't have to worry about X, Y, and Z now.
Yeah. So that's been a process of just bringing on the right people and implementing the right things to serve our customers better, because, starting with cabinet refinishing, like we became the experts in cabinet refinishing,
right?
Through the use of social media and shared knowledge and things like that. And so again, in COVID, I started running classes in our shop like in August, because about that time people were so sick of being isolated. They just wanted to come together.
They need to do something.
Right. Especially in the painting community. And so I started running classes. I ran like a 13-month stint where I would bring in different experts in the refinishing industry into our shop, and we would run classes. And so that was the greatest period of growth as far as mindset, as far as like we brought in Jim Dorr from out in Ohio, and he was talking about, you walk into a kitchen and like you're just doing cabinets. Why aren't you implementing countertops and backsplash? Like you can serve your customers at a much greater level. And so he kind of taught us how to partner. Like now we partner with Classic Rock, and like they've been phenomenal for us. And it's just a really good partnership. But just through that experience and learning from some of these industry experts, we were able to expand our knowledge and implement things to serve our customers better, because really right now we're functioning kind of like a general contractor.
Okay.
Because our customers, they were having trouble tracking down contractors. They were having trouble with them being on time. They were having trouble with, just the process and the systems. And so now we're able to control everything from start to finish.
Okay.
And we're able to schedule it, make sure that our contractors are on time. If they're not on time, we deal with it. Our customer doesn't have that hassle.
Yeah.
So it serves them at a greater level, and they're getting a really great completed project.
Did you notice that from a need where prior to you functioning as a GC, you were just doing the cabinet refinishing or painting or staining, whatever, the coloring on the cabinets, and that there were other things happening in the home project, but you're like, you're waiting on this person to do X, and then you can't do that because this is not done. And then most of your customers, if they're doing a project like that, were probably also ripping out countertops or doing flooring or doing whatever it was in addition to it, moving an island or building an island. And you're like, well, this could just be all wrapped up into one project. So then you just kind of pivoted, and you're still doing the painting and coloring of cabinets.
We still do cabinet refinishing. And that's still what I think our company is known for, because
that's your core.
It is our core, and it's our specialty. But being able to implement all of this other stuff.
Yeah. And you're just connecting other good, like Classic Rock or other big companies in your reputable companies. You're just connecting them to your customers to say, well, you don't need to shop around for all this. Like we can bring it in. We can help you shop around. Obviously there's you probably have a list of other contractors they can use for price point or what they're looking for. But then you're the deal maker in between. You're connecting everybody.
Yeah, and we keep them really busy. Like our carpenter, Greg, came to us, and he was looking for work, and it was at the perfect time where we were looking to expand into full remodels. And, so we keep him like so busy.
Yeah.
We work with, Classic Rock. That's been a really good partnership. Like we did Alex Badzar, who is the owner of Classic Rock. We had done their kitchen. And so then it just became, And so it just became a really good working relationship with them. And then scheduling like our demo crew and our plumbing. And, we're working with Joe Gross with Bigger and Tile. Like they do all of our tiling and flooring, things like that. And, just finding other like-minded contractors who serve our customers at the quality that we serve them, and who are accountable, who back up their work. Like if they make a mistake, they're like going in and they want to make it right. Right. So just finding those good quality contractors. And the great thing is now, if you do kitchens right, which is our goal, we don't have a lot of repeat business. You go in, you do a kitchen, and you don't go in again. It's good and bad. It's good because you do quality work. It's bad because there's no repeat business. But now that we offer interior painting, we offer full bathroom remodels. We offer, all of these other services, countertop, backsplash, all of this stuff. Now our customers are calling us back, and hey,
I have another project, or they know ahead of time. Someone might have bought an older house.
Right.
Just dated house. Yeah. And, they do the kitchen. Oh, well, hey, next year I want to do the bathroom. Or I have a plan for everything. And you kind of know in your head, like, all right, well, we can treat them right and set them up for 5 years worth of work. And it's not necessarily like you see them and you're like, oh yeah, here we go.
Right.
You're seeing dollar signs, but you're forming a relationship with them where they know, hey, we can make a plan and we can go through, a couple years worth of renovations and have our house look the way we want it.
Right. Yeah. Because for us, it's our goal to bring joy into every home that we serve. Like it's very customer centered, very customer focused. And we know if we serve people well, then they're going to want to continue to come back to us. And so that's always our goal, you know.
And you're able to do pretty much anything in the house, right? Well, with painting you can, but like if someone's looking to do, you know, a big living room, they want to have, you know, a nice family center, your full remodel. You can add walls, knock stuff out. We can add
built-ins, you know, we get, even with our cabinet refinishing, we can get new doors and drawers. You know, we can do all kinds of stuff for people. We can add islands, we can add pantries, we can do, you know, all kinds of stuff. A lot of people are extending their cabinets the whole way to the ceiling to elevate the space, make it appear bigger.
And then in 10 years, they'll want them shorter again.
Right.
Speaking of trends, do you see, because you're a decade in now, do you see kind of the waxing and waning of business based on the economy? And I'm kind of from this background with, like I said before, in a different life, I was in that world. Remodels and kitchens and baths and kind of full on tear out rebuild jobs got more popular kind of as the home market slowed a little. So people weren't buying. They were realizing like, oh man, like it's expensive to build or buy right now. So we're going to just make our home a place we want to be and update it. And then kind of as the market switches, it would change and the jobs became a little different. So do you notice that kind of changing?
Yeah, to some extent. I mean, well, COVID was wild because people were in their homes a lot and then they were like, oh gosh, I really need to update. And so like that was a huge, huge market shift for us. You know, there's always been kind of ebbs and flows of it all. But for the most part, we remain steady. Like we do 2 kitchens a week. We probably will not ever change from that. And which is another benefit of us controlling like the calendar and the scheduling and stuff, because when we were working, you know, when people get contractors on their own and they don't show up on time, we have a really tight schedule and we're booked out, you know, everyone. We're booked out months. So when we control that calendar, you know, it keeps everything on task. We see a lot of refinishing, like the refinishing industry is, I think, really strong because the quality of what was done back, you know, 90s, early 2000s, like I feel like the quality was really high in a lot of the kitchens that we're doing.
You mean as far as like the structure, or what was built in? The bones are good.
The bones are really good. It just needs like a refresh, an update. So we're able to take what's already there. And again, we can add things and we can make it look new. But if it's structurally good, then why not save yourself? Like, I mean, you're spending a third of the cost as opposed to a full remodel.
And not just that, but the hassle. Like there's a cost side, but there's also the hassle.
Not being able to use your kitchen.
Your home is completely ripped apart. And that happens with a full remodel where you're gutting. I'm sure you do those jobs too. It's going to come up. Some people just, there's no way around it. You got to gut and you got to put new stuff up. Or if, like you said, their cabinets are not as great of quality, or they're like, you know, that weird particle board from the 70s, like, we might not want to refinish these or they can't. So you have to do that. But I mean, it's interesting. So you had said you're doing 2 a week. Does that mean that like in that 5-day period, you're walking in, prepping, tearing out, walking out Friday? Or
so it's kind of like a 10-day cycle. So we complete 2 kitchens every week.
I see.
So we'll tear down. So the doors and drawers are in the shop. And so we have a shop crew that they take care of. That's their primary responsibility. All of the doors and drawers.
It's all done off site.
All done off site. It's all in our shop because we have a spray booth. We can control the elements. We can control the temperature, the humidity. So it's a lot easier. And the doors are really what everybody sees. So we want them like
You want them perfect.
Yes. Yeah. And we have like those high LED lights that shine on the doors.
You're not dealing with like someone's, everyone's lighting in their homes different. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the type of lights that you love them or you hate them. Like they're the worst case scenario lights. So if we hang a door and there's a light on it, it's still going to look perfect, you know, because we do the worst case scenario in our shop.
When your lights probably show every detail.
Yes. Yeah. So, and we have perfectionists in our shop too.
That's
so
good.
again, it's like,
you have to.
You hate them or you love them. It's like, how long are we going to spend on this?
Right. But, that's a necessary evil. Yeah.
It is so good. Like, and I love, our team is primarily women too. So I would say of the majority of our cabinet refinishing crew is women. I think we have one guy working for us in our cabinet refinishing. Everybody else is.
He's all by himself.
He is all by himself, and he is wonderful. Jason is great. So he's our Monday shop crew. Everybody else is ladies, and they love it because they are so attention to detail. Mm-hmm. They're able to multitask, I think, a little bit better, and they just go in and they, again, bring joy into our customers' homes. Like, I love going in whenever we're installing and the customers are just raving about the team and how they got along. And, there was this presence in their house that it was just awesome.
Yeah, I think when you think about that industry, you're used to seeing, I'm not trying to cast a light. I'm not trying to cast there's some awesome, very skilled guys out there to do this. But, if I'm having someone come to my house to do something like that, sometimes you're worried that, is this guy going to roll out smoking a cigarette in my driveway and kind of be rough around the edges? And his work might be great, but some people don't. They're concerned about what they're going to have in their home, especially if you got family or it's, single mom, whatever they have going on. So it's kind of refreshing when you see something that's like a pattern interrupt working in that industry, because it is, for a long time, was dominated by the rough and, the rough and around the edges contractor.
Yeah.
That's definitely changed. Yeah.
It is. And they're just really quality, great people. And I don't know how we got blessed with them in our business.
Did they all have a background in that?
So Allie, our prep crew lead, she was a NICU nurse.
Okay.
And it just got overly stressful during COVID. So she came and she's working with us as our prep crew lead. Becca, our spray crew lead, is a mom of 6.
Oh, wow.
She is, I don't know how she does it. She is incredible. Our Jen, who helps serve our customers, she was in the military and has a military background.
They all came to you wanting to do something like this, but you weren't looking necessarily for someone with the exact talent or skill set. You're like, we can train.
Yeah. We hire character, train skill.
Yeah, you have to have the right fit as far as your personality here or not.
Right. Personality, work ethic, discipline, those kind of things we can teach. It's not rocket science.
I think that's like that with most jobs. And it's unfortunate that you see, I'm not in the job market, but when you look around and if we're posting up a wanted ad for something or, help needed, a lot of times you see stuff that's you must have all these things. And obviously sometimes that is done to weed out some things. And I understand, but there are still some places I think that have a very old school thought process on that. And you're no, we can get people we can figure out a way for you to do what we need.
Yeah.
But if you fit the team, that's 90% of the battle.
Right.
Obviously you have to have some knowledge of something and or be willing to learn. But if you're the best at that in the field and you don't fit the team, especially in your setting, it's just not going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe that good people know good people. So whenever we're looking to hire, I ask our team first,
I have a friend
do you have any friends? Because that's such a great resource too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to keep good people, and you don't want to have that hand grenade that comes into the team and it's just causes absolute chaos. Yeah. And sometimes it happens, but that is probably the most valuable part. And it makes your day easier too, because you're not worried about so-and-so working with the rest of the team.
Yeah. And it's great to have people that you have that you trust around you. And they all just lighten my load. Cause when I started, I was doing everything in our business, which like looking back, I'm like, what the heck was I thinking? Like trying to do all of this stuff.
But that's how it starts.
But it is. Yeah. You got to get the ball rolling.
And you're bootstrapping it. Like you got to do this. And you're like, well, I can't afford to hire someone for that right now. So I guess I'm doing it.
You do it.
Yeah.
You do it. That's why my hands are like, I have paint on my hands right now because I was in like working, just trying to get everything caught up and make sure that we're on track because we cannot have people without kitchens for Christmas. So it's like
you're in
planning it ahead. It's like, okay, let's go. We got 1 month. We'll bust it out. And then we've got a little break. So.
Now, when you have, when you're going in to do a remodel, and this is just from my experience, a lot of people think like, oh, okay, great. Like a week. So next week I'll have my kitchen done.
Right.
How do you, there's two parts to this. One, how do you condition people on the timeline and what their house is going to be like during that and what, what's going to happen. And then two, I don't know if this is still a thing, but back when I was doing that, I did marketing for that industry. But when I was in that industry, there was a lot of education and dispelling of myths where we were fighting that HGTV, like, oh, it's only going to cost $5,000 or like whatever it is for your whole kitchen. And people think that they saw so-and-so do it on this budget HGTV show. And then you tell them the price and they're like, they're kind of floored. So what's your process for that? Because I know maybe it's not a thing anymore as much, but that was a big battle we had. One was timelines. Two was people thought they were way cheaper than what they are.
Yeah, and battling other contractors who do it for like really low.
They're just racing to the bottom.
And it's how sustainable is that going to be? Because we job cost everything, and we know how many hours go into each part of our process, and we track it and we collect data so that we're able to say, okay, why did this kitchen take so much longer than this kitchen? And so we're able to, like, we do that every week with our leaders. So we want to make sure that we're giving fair prices and consistent prices to our customers without, our company losing money, because right now we have a lot of people whose jobs we need to sustain. So our prices are really fair. We do a really good job of educating our customers on all of that.
Okay.
And like, okay, we are, and we start off like, we are not the cheapest out there, and that's not our goal. Our goal is to give you a really quality product that you're going to love, that's going to last for a long time. We back it by a 5-year warranty. I'll come back out and serve, like we say 5 years, but we just upped that because we were like, okay, like we started using these quality products only a certain number of years ago. So, we need to make sure that we can continue to extend it. And the products that we use now are great too. So I think, we want to serve our customers really well and educate them about the process, and tell them, my husband he does all of our sales. Okay. And so he goes in and he just tells the story of Inspired by You, like how we started, what makes us different, what separates us, how we can serve them. And I think that helps to educate the customers. We let them know the expectations, what to expect. We might not be able to get to your kitchen until 1 month or 2 months down the road, but we need that time because we have to send you to Classic Rock and you're going to pick out a countertop, and we have our colors. Like we have a color palette of 21 colors, and we drive that with the most used colors that have the least amount of undertones, just to help serve our customers better, because, just the number of whites can be incredibly overwhelming. It's
wild.
So we want to help them get like no undertones. We'll give you like a white with gray undertones, a white with, beige undertones, like just different kinds of whites, but no like greens or pinks or like weird stuff.
Yeah.
So we help them with that, but we're going to need that time, and you can go pick out your tile. We'll schedule this. You're going to have a template that comes in. Like we kind of walk them through the process. The cabinet refinishing process, we're all homeowners and we want to invade your house like the least amount, we want to be non-invasive. We want to keep it incredibly clean. Like spraying on site is an incredibly dusty
I saw your
job.
prep. There was a post on your Facebook about the prep.
Yeah.
And there was even a comment that was like, that prep work was incredible.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to
they're
interrupt.
meticulous.
That was it was like one of the ways I call that, like my daughters would say, oh, that was like that's a satisfying thing. Like the prep work on that kitchen, I think it was a photo of the kitchen, was like immaculate.
Yeah.
It's like that looks
I know
awesome.
To me, like the prep work, I can look at that and I'll be like, it's just as astounding as the finished cabinets, in my opinion, just because I know the work and
it was like
detail.
Symmetrical and everything.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, they do such a fabulous job, but really their kitchen, if we're just doing a refinishing job, it's not usable for one day. Okay. So we try and keep everything, and that's just after everything is cleaned, so that we don't, so that there's no contaminants or anything. Okay. But outside of that, their kitchen's fully usable, and we try to not be invasive.
Right. Now, obviously, that gets a little bit harder to do when it's a complete overhaul of the kitchen, like you're gutting stuff. Yep. And I mean that. Yep. And people, I think homeowners will realize, like, yeah, I'm going to have a week or two where this is not going to be. I'm not cooking in here for a little bit.
Right. And we still try to plan things out so that it's as least like
invasive.
Invasive. Yeah. We want to try and make sure that their plumbing is hooked up as quickly as possible after their countertops are installed. And we just try and think of it how treat others as we want to be treated, you know, like how we would want our home to be done. Like that's kind of our thought process with the scheduling, with how we run from point A to Z.
Yeah. And I know, like I've not remodeled a kitchen, but like I built a house 1.5 years, 2 years ago now. And you think, oh my gosh, it's going to take how long just to break ground or whatever. But
yeah, it goes so fast.
When from the time you're committed, like you sign a contract or you're in the job, and they tell you like, well, you got to pick colors, you got to do this, you have to do that. Even on a smaller scale, I'm sure it goes just as quick. Cause like in the beginning, you're like 2 months. Like, I want it now.
Right.
But then once you're like, oh, I got to go over here and I got to talk to Classic Rock and I got to do this and we have to, all the prep work, like it keeps you busy as far as a homeowner, and it does go quick. Like it goes quicker than you think. It's just when you first hear that, you're like, what? I was thinking like next week.
I always try to put them at ease too, because Chad will meet with them with a sale, and then I'll follow up with an appointment where I help them choose the color. Okay. I walk them through the process, and I'm like, don't worry. I know that it seems like it's a long way away, but this is going to go faster than you think it is. And so we're just going to get the ball rolling. And so it's nice that we kind of work in tandem with that, just to help our customers kind of ease them through the process.
Now, are you so like I got about 5 minutes into my color selection when we were building our house, and I was like, I don't want to be part of this right now.
Yes.
Like, so then the lady that was helping us when we built, her and my wife went over and they took over, and she was very helpful. But, you know, do you have customers that are like, this is overwhelming. Like, I can't pick. Can you, like, I need guidance on this. Yep. Like you'll step in, or someone on your team will step in.
I always step in. My mom was an interior designer, so I kind of grew up with her kind of, you know, I love color and helping our customers, and I've seen a lot of kitchens. So I can kind of know, I'll walk into a kitchen and I have really good vision too. So I can kind of see what it looks like before it looks that way. Yeah. So I can walk into a kitchen and be like, okay, we need this color. I have like 11 by 17 swatches of our sprayed colors.
Oh, not like...
So no, they're big, and I leave them with our customers too. So like we'll walk in, I'll say, okay, in here, this is the color that I would choose. But you know, what are your, like, I'll always ask them what they're leaning towards first. And then within their palette, because trends change, you want to give somebody something that they love.
You don't want it to be dated in 5 years either. Right.
Right. And white was popular 10 years ago. It will be popular 10 years from now. Like whites are popular. So like, let's just choose the right white for you. And so whatever it is they want, we'll be able to get them the color that's right for them. But yeah, I'll help with the color selection. Also, Classic Rock has our palette too. Oh, okay. So they go in, they tell them what color they want, and they're able to pull out that color, and they can choose.
And they can work directly with your color palette.
Right.
That's awesome.
They work directly with our color palette. They do the same thing with their tile guys, and yeah, it works out really well.
Nice. Not to shift it, but I have one more. Sure. I have one more question. It's kind of back to you and kind of just the core of the business. But yeah, so you've like solely been in Central PA. You know, yes. You planted your roots here, but you grew up here. Right. Like, what's it mean to you to kind of have created an impact like this? Because you do education as well, I do. And you're teaching and you're improving homes and you're employing people. like all right where you grew up. Mm-hmm. So like, what's it mean to you, kind of back to your core of just like, I'm in business, I'm helping a lot of people in the area where I grew up, and just like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah. That's so important to me, because I feel like success isn't measured in income, it's measured in impact. Mm-hmm. And so for me, that's the most important thing. And being a local girl, like I said, growing up in the same neighborhood since third grade, going to Cumberland Valley, and then just going to Messiah, like literally, I am like here.
You didn't move very far. Yeah.
I did not go very far. I did some teaching in Southwestern, so I lived in Hanover for 5 years. But outside of that, like I'm right here in Mechanicsburg, and I just love this community. I love being a part of it. I love raising my kids in this area. And, at the end of the day, I just want to live a life that they can be proud of. Like my kids can look to me and like, wow, mom did well. And they want to do the same thing. Like I want to raise productive, contributing members of their community too. So just following suit, because I feel like my parents led that example for me. Both of my parents were business owners. My dad, he had a surgical practice in Harrisburg, and my mom was always, she didn't want to be the typical doctor's wife. So she would always start businesses of her own to make her own pin money, which I loved because it was such a great example.
What money?
She called it pin money.
Okay.
It was like play money, like that she could go and she could like, this was hers, and she could buy whatever she wanted. And she wasn't taking from the family's money that dad was making. And so to me, it was like, okay, that was my thought process growing up. It's like, well, I got to make my own money. Like I got to do my own thing, and I gotta, figure out ways to do this. And so they were just a really great inspiration for that. And I want to pass that on to my own kids. And
you're teaching them valuable skills now too. Yeah. Like you said, you had them doing your social media, or you had them making labels or whatever it was, it's valuable to teach your kids lessons like that. And sometimes they're like, oh, like I don't want to, whatever, the kids are going to do that.
Yeah.
But, I grew up in family business as well. And you just, family businesses, your kids get involved at some point. And, when you're a kid, it's always like, oh, whatever. But when you're older, you do realize like, oh, there's some things that got baked into me early that I'm like, I'm not going to let that happen. Or it instills a work ethic within them that's good. But it also, when they're older, they'll realize like, that was pretty cool. Like we got to do some fun stuff.
Yeah. And like, I'm the oldest of 5, and all 5 of us are entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Like, that's so we wild. All own our own businesses, which is really cool.
Very impressive. Yeah. But obviously, like you said, your family, there was something that baked that into you guys in a good way, obviously. Right. But, it was, they might have all went different paths, but you all kind of went the same path in the same way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what's next for Inspired by You? Is there anything you wanted to have like a shout out on? I know we didn't really cover the education side of it. So you do trainings.
So we do trainings. I try to do 4 a year.
Okay.
And
you do them
at our shop.
Okay.
Yeah, we do them at our shop, and we invite finishers from across the country. So we've had people from, I think, almost all 50 states.
Oh, wow.
Now, over the past 5 years. So it's been awesome to educate and help train and show our processes and systems that we've developed based on what we've learned from the industry professionals. So it's been really great just to pay it forward. And
is it a lot of businesses sending their people in to be trained?
So we've had both.
Okay.
Like we've had people who are like interior painters looking to start cabinet refinishing.
Okay.
We've had experienced cabinet refinishers looking to hone in their skills and get trained. Like we bring in our friends from Tritech Industries, who like the sprayers. We bring in DC Clark from Accessa Marketplace to teach and educate on coatings. Like I love letting the educated do the educating. So like we try and pull in our friends at Surf Prep Sanding. Like they come in, they train on their sanding.
And they probably always have new products or new things.
They do, So it's highly beneficial for them. It's beneficial for the people who attend the classes. Like it's just, we just wanted to create a really good environment for growth and for education.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it goes back to what you were doing with realizing there was a GC, like need for a GC at your home projects. And you're like, well, this is the same kind of thing where you're like, we can connect these contractors with these, industry professionals that are on the manufacturer level or the rep level and get them connected. Obviously they're going to want to be in it because they can talk about their products, but then these tradespeople are also excited because they're going to learn new skills or expand their service line or whatever it is,
Right. And it goes back to like, if success is defined in how many people you impact, then we're impacting the homeowners because we're in their house serving them. We're impacting the industry professionals because we're adding value to them. It's like, how many people can we add value to? And so that's kind of our thought process as we expand and move forward.
That's awesome. And the other cool thing is later, as you've done them now, you're probably doing it now, but as time goes on, you'll be able to drive by areas, and I'm sure you do it. You're like, oh, I was in that house, or I remember that kitchen. Like, know now that family's enjoying that kitchen for decades after you've done that. And it is pretty cool once you realize how many homes you've helped improve. Yeah. Where you're like, hey, I was in that house, like we did this and whatever. And that's probably a tradesperson thing, because I know I have friends in the trades still. And they're always like, oh yeah, I wired this, or I went in that house and did that, or I was on that project. And like that, it's something that sticks with you when you're in the trades. Right.
Yeah, it is. And it's nice too, because we are doing a lot of neighborhoods now. So like when people go into one of the kitchens that we've done, it's like, oh, I want my kitchen done too. So we're doing a lot of different neighborhoods now, which is...
Or they are like, oh, I want to see what it's like when it's done. And then obviously, we need to call them. Yeah. Yeah. And it's good for you too, because I don't know if you do this with scheduling, and now you don't want to be the, like, hey, we're doing your neighbor's driveway, and then you just go knocking. Maybe you do, I don't know. But
we haven't done
that. I was like, that can be sometimes a little pushy. Right. But people still see that they're getting their kitchen remodeled. Right. Do you ever schedule them where you have a couple in a row, like in a neighborhood?
We have tried, which it is like with doing 2 kitchens a week, like that's kind of, but we will do, if we have an interior paint crew or whatever, different parts of the business we can do and schedule that at the same time. Yeah, that seems to work out well whenever we do stuff like that.
Yeah, it's logistically, everything's there. You just move to the next place. Yeah. But, okay. Well, any updates before we wrap up? Anything new you have going on?
Well, like you said, we just brought on Sean, who's our project manager. Sean is, he's been with our company since 2020. Okay. When we moved into the shop, he helped me bust down a wall in the shop, and he never left. So I've kept him around.
Kind of like a stray dog. You're like, well, he just stuck around.
I love him to pieces. He is so energetic, and he is so organized, and he is the perfect person to go. Like, we were just kind of missing, my husband was trying to do project managing and sales and finances and marketing, like so many things. So this kind of alleviated that burden so that Sean is able to go and just make sure that everything is running smoothly.
He's focusing on the business operations, and then now you have a project manager.
Yeah, our customers love him. Our team loves him. Like, whenever he comes on the job site, like, it's Sean. Yeah. He usually brings them like pretzels or something, soft pretzels. He loves our team, and he's just so fun to be around. So that's been a real asset to our company because, he just makes sure that every project runs so smoothly. And, we're just continuing to grow and find ways to serve our customers without getting too far out of our realm. Like, we want to be known like kitchen and bath, like that.
You're staying narrow and deep. You're not going wide to try to be everything to everyone.
Right. So if we can serve our customers in that capacity, like kitchen, bath, like if there's an entertainment center or whatever, we can build it. Right. We can go and do it. But like, that's kind of our
stick to your core. Yeah. Or connect with other contractors that can do this. Right. Awesome. Right. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. If you guys want to check out Inspired by You's information, we'll have it all in the show notes. Awesome. Facebook page, we'll put all your socials in there, your website and everything. But I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story.
Thanks so much for having me.
No, appreciate it.